Good morning, John.
Good morning, Kenric.
All right. Well, this is Spoiler Country. It's early for us because
Day 2 Friday.
Day 2 Friday. Well, day 3.
Well, day 3.
Day 3 for us.
But day 2, technically day 2 of the con because it's this preview night, day 1, day 2.
But we're tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. If we didn't have some things that we needed to do today, I might actually stay home.
Yeah, I might sit this one out. We
just so I can revamp because Saturday and Sunday is going to be
intense,
crazy stuff.
Yeah, I was up till 1 getting this last night's edited and put up.
You did that the night before too. You've been power editing. It's been very nice. Usually we share editing duties, but while we've been here, Johnny's really taken it over and said, "I'm just going to get this stuff."
I'm pretty quick with it, so I'm like, I'll just get in there and getting it done. I had to make the graphics anyways.
Yeah. So
let you rest, and I'll just get your broken foot too. So I mean, I feel bad.
You should.
I do.
But this is going to be an exciting day. We have the Diamond Luncheon,
which is going to be cool. I don't even know what to expect.
I don't either. So Russ sent us down where he's sponsoring us. Mill Geek Comics out of Mill Creek. Great store. Great bunch of guys. Learn to play Magic there. Get your Magic stuff, the Gathering stuff there. Get your comic books. Start a box.
Start a conversation with them.
They are open. That's one of the nice things. You walk into Mill Creek or Mill Geek Comics, and you can know nothing or you can know everything, and they're going to treat you really well.
Yeah, I've been to some comic book stores around the country that you go in there, and if you don't know everything about comics, they treat you like you're worthless.
It's weird.
Or if you're not going to go in there and spend $1,000 or $100, they don't want you in there.
It's a weird thing.
First time I went in there, I wasn't going to buy anything, and it just felt like, hey, come in, look around, let's talk about stuff, have fun.
Yeah.
If you buy stuff, great. If you don't, well, it's good talking with you.
Yeah, because maybe you'll come back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and I will. I definitely will go back.
Yeah. And Mill Geek is not like that. They are, come in, hang out. What are you looking for? Let me try to help you.
Let's talk about comics. Let's talk about Magic cards, whatever.
Yeah. Let's talk about variants.
Right. That's a good conversation.
Yeah, and they'll have that with you. It's really cool. So anyways, one of the things that...
You have the cocktail party tonight, too.
Yeah.
That I'm going to try and crash.
Yes. Hopefully we can get Johnny in. There's no guarantees, but we're going to try.
If not, then I'm going to be hanging out in downtown San Diego by myself. Because Kaylee and Code are coming back here.
Yeah.
And I'm going out with you. And if I can't get in, I'm going to be all right, here I am.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. Well, maybe you can come back if you needed to. You can take the train back.
Yeah, I'll find something to do after the train back myself.
Yeah. One of the things that they have, though, is this Diamond Luncheon or San Diego Comic-Con retailer appreciation. Basically, it's for all the guys that own
comic stores
and other things. All things geek, really.
Yeah.
But provide a service.
Probably they're selling something from Diamond, pretty much.
Yeah. So one of the things that Russ asked me to do is go to this basically for him.
Yep.
And grab some swag because that's the stuff that he likes is the swag.
Swag is cool. I mean, there is a lot of cool free stuff you get here.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were just talking about that. Does the price constitute the shopping?
I think once this show's said and done, and we do like our next week, we come back and we do like a review of the show, like talk about, let our thoughts get through our heads and stuff. That's the conversation I want to have is does coming to San Diego Comic-Con make sense financially?
Right. If
you're just going to buy a couple things and walk around. And I don't want to
let's put this in your head. Should you have to pay to go to the exhibition hall where it's just all the vendors?
Yeah. Should you have to pay to go shopping?
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah. So we're going to get ready to get going. We're going to get out of here. We're going to go bug everybody to get up, get ready.
Yeah, wake up.
Get motivated. Yeah. Because we're dressed, showered, and pressed, and let's get going.
That's right. You see, well, I can get up, shower, and be ready to go in like 10 minutes. So,
right.
I mean,
we're guys.
Yeah.
You got to wait for your wife.
Yeah.
My niece.
Yeah.
That just takes forever.
Well,
on everything that she does.
She's a pretty girl, so it takes a while.
They make us all pretty.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so we'll see you here in about 2 seconds.
Yes, we are live. Spoiler Country.
Live at Comic-Con.
As
we have been the whole week, but whatever.
Yeah, we just got out of one of the coolest events that I've personally ever been since I've been reading comics.
Something I've wanted to go to since I was doing comics back in the store back in the 2000s.
So if you have any inkling of how comics are distributed, you know who Diamond is.
Right, Diamond Distributors is
whether you love them, hate them, whatever you think, you have to deal with them regardless.
Exactly. They're the ones who you buy your comics and order comics from.
They put a fun event on today. We got lucky. Thanks of course, again, Mill Geek Comics.
Yep,
Russ over there.
Thank you, Russ.
Hooked us up again. He had an event that he won his store represented at, which is the Diamond Luncheon.
Which we did there and represented it proudly.
Yep, represented Mill Geek proudly. We did not advertise Spoiler Country there.
At all.
We wanted to,
but we respected the comics. That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
So we had some cool stuff. They went through some special events for Marvel, for DC, for
Titan,
IDW,
Titan.
I want to keep Titan for last because those guys,
Dark Horse,
Dark Horse, Titan. Those guys were awesome.
We're gonna go to their booth and we're gonna try and get the guy that was talking, the older guy, to talk to us.
He had an amazing Wonder Woman.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, story. He was just hilarious.
I think their presentation was the best one.
One of the highlights was Marvel made very sure that everybody understood that there was Marvel security in the event, and not to bring out your phone, or they would ask you to leave,
or try and take your phone. But fuck you, to try and take my phone, you're not gonna get it from me.
Right. But they would ask you to leave the event, which they had every right to do that.
And they had security guards walking up and down the aisles.
And they were the first publisher to promote. And then every single publisher after that said, please take pictures, please take video.
By all means, take pictures and video. We don't care.
And I think the funniest thing was, for me, was Titan had a thing out that said, the Fighting American comic, and it said, in big bold letters, no secrets, no empires.
It was beautiful. And everybody started just laughing.
That was great.
There's so many of the indie publishers were just ripping on Marvel.
Yeah.
Just like, small jabs, not like, being mean. But
yeah, not being mean, just small little jabs.
It was hilarious.
Really funny. And just so you guys know, man, there's a lot of cool stuff coming down the pike.
Yeah. I really felt like, and it's probably because Marvel's owned by Disney, right? I really felt like Marvel's section was very corporate, business, no levity. The opposite of the movies, the levity was the trailers we saw.
Yeah, and this industry really feels more like a family.
Yeah. Every other publisher that went up there, it felt like they were your best friend talking to you.
Yeah.
Even DC. DC felt very organic.
Yeah, they were having a lot of fun.
The DC one was good.
The DC one was great. They were saying, take pictures, please. I mean, even DC, one of the biggest
owned by Warner
publishers,
Brothers.
Owned by Warner Brothers.
The biggest. They're a bigger publisher than Marvel.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And they were telling us, please take pictures.
Yeah. Take pictures. Here's some great news. We'll give you some great stuff.
I was taking some industry pictures for Russ so that he could get what was going on the projector, because they were giving out some numbers, giving out some things that they're doing specifically for stores and how they can do some things. And they had no problems with that.
And one of the cool things that for us is I don't think we're on the forefront of saying information that we find out later, but yet again, we talked on the episode for Variants about buybacks.
Yep.
Every indie publisher, so IDW, Titan, Boom, Dark Horse, all talked about they have a buyback program for new comics that if they don't sell, they will buy them back from you.
Yep.
And we're like, that's moving forward.
That's exactly what we were saying.
Moving the industry forward to where it needs to go.
It's amazing. All right, we're going to see you later, but we will talk to you guys soon. Okay, that was crazy. That was an amazing lunch with Diamond.
That was great.
Yep. We had a nice little update from that.
It was a good insight to the other side of the business.
Yeah. So after that, which we just talked about, and that was outside right after the event. And then after that, we had the special cocktail party
for Skybound
Image,
which was this is the event that I was sad about that Kenric gets to go to and I didn't get to go to. However, I got to go.
That's right.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, we get to the door. I say, hey, I'm on the list. He's not on the list, but can we get him in? We're hoping you guys can make some arrangements. He said they came in, they looked. Yeah, let's do this. Here's your bracelet. Go on in and have some fun.
So we got to sit, and for about an hour, a little over an hour, 2 hours, 2 hours wrong.
It was like 2 hours.
2 hours. We got to have free drinks.
Yep, first food. Free drink, as many drinks as you want to have.
So I had one Johnny Walker with lime or lemon. And it was a little too much for me because I don't drink, so I got a Coke.
I had 3 drinks.
I finished my drink. It was they had Walking Dead themed drinks. Yeah. I had one called The Sanctuary.
I don't remember which one I had because I had the one, and then after that I said, "Hey man, just give me a gin and tonic."
Yeah. So I did finish my drink, but I did have some other Cokes to kind of wash it down because I don't drink very much,
Yep.
So
and then the big man walked in the room.
I'm not that big, man. I was already in the room.
Not talking about you.
Talking about Mr. Robert Kirkman.
Yep, Mr. Robert Kirkman walks into the room,
which
I love The Walking Dead. I watch that show as soon as it comes out every week. Me and Tafine sit and we watch that show. We've been watching it since the very first season.
Well, even if you don't like that show, or even if you don't like Walking Dead, you can't.
You know who it is. You know what it is.
As a comic person into comics, you can't deny his effect on the current state of comics.
That's right. And then he has Outcast
and Invincible, which is sadly ending, or not. But not.
Right. We can't give away too much because there's a lot of NDA stuff that happened, and it's unfortunate because we like to give spoilers.
Right.
But this is something because we were invited to this event through a third party. We can't mess that up.
But I do think the one thing we can say, because he did say it was pretty obvious, wink, wink, was that Invincible's ending on issue 144, it'd be stupid of them not to go back and make 6 issues to make it 150.
Right.
Which I think is what everybody already thinks.
Right.
That's not really giving something away, but Mr. Kirkman did say that to us.
Right.
He had a lot of it was like inside baseball, right? We heard a lot of inside things from retailers to and publishers. Learned a lot.
It was interesting. It was very informal.
It really was. Yeah, it just him standing up. He had a microphone so you could hear him better, but just kind of just
in a very small room.
Like 25, 30 people.
25, 30 people. Everybody got a chance to talk with him if they wanted.
Yeah, everybody got to ask questions.
And not all of them were nice.
No, they weren't.
They weren't all nice. They were asking, why are you guys doing this? Why are
you
guys doing that?
And he handled those, even the questions that weren't nice, he handled like a champ.
Super down-to-earth guy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, you would think he would have a huge head, but he was just like owned up to things.
Yeah.
And then, but gave you shit. If your idea was stupid, he wasn't.
He told you.
Yeah, he told you. It's not your money getting spent, right?
Right. So my favorite question, though, was the guy who goes, when are you coming to London? He goes, I'm not.
Yeah. When you coming to the UK?
I'm not.
I'm not.
Next question. But it was really cool hearing talking about, and they kind of went over to the new series, which we can't talk about because they showed us some new comics new projects they have working on, and they all
new writers, some
a
new
lot
artists.
of them look great.
Yeah, they all looked amazing.
Yeah, and we got to see.
But Image always has just pleasing looking books. They use high quality paper. I think they use some of the best in the industry.
Their books look and feel really nice.
Yeah,
they always have.
Yeah.
So it was interesting because a lot of the Skybound books I don't read. Right. I don't because I just haven't picked them up. But after this, and hearing
you want to read them
because they not only were they showing us these books, showing us the solicits and the artworks, they also kind of gave you the elevator pitch of the series too.
Right.
Which after hearing that, I'm like, oh, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
You know, so some of them I'm like, I want to. After hearing him talk about Outcast, I'm like, I should have been reading Outcast.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll probably pick some of those up.
Yeah, Outcast is pretty fun. Actually, it's a pretty neat title. I think he's a great writer. I think he tends not to have a lot of loose ends.
Yeah.
His loose ends are there on purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't have the effect of this happened in the next panel. What the hell? Just something happening in between these panels. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's good. Like, the only thing I ever really read of his was I've read the first volume of Invincible.
Yeah.
Years ago.
You said it was great.
I loved it then.
Yeah.
To be 100% honest, I only remember pieces of it because it was a long time ago.
Right.
But I do want to reread it because it's going to be ending.
I want to read it because I've never read any of them.
Since it's ending, I kind of want to go through and just read all of it.
I read the first 125 issues of The Walking Dead.
So you're only about what 30 behind, 20 behind, something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
They're the 160s now, I think.
All Out War was the last arc that I read, and then
can we say that there? But the show?
What's that?
The next storyline?
I think it's pretty obvious what the next storyline will be, but we'll just leave it at that. But I read All Out War in the comic books.
Yeah.
And then for some reason I just stopped because once you read 125 issues of any one series, you're pretty close to being like, okay.
You've read
and I did it through trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
You know, but it was good. I love it. I mean, it's great.
I think my favorite part between the Diamond Retailer's Lunch and the Skybound Cocktail thing,
right,
and the other things you've done today is just everybody ripping on Marvel.
Oh, that was
so hard.
Yeah, throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think what it is it's not that anybody hates the stories of Marvel or the characters of Marvel.
Right.
It's the business aspect of Marvel and the way they handle themselves.
So I was reading off of Bleeding Cool today because we didn't get to go to the Jim Lee Dan Dido DC panel today.
Right.
It didn't line up.
We didn't line up, and we had responsibilities that we had to do.
So I read the Bleeding Cool article about it today while I was in the bathroom, which I'll tell you about what happened later because I'm gonna tell the story because it's interesting.
Yeah,
I think, and it's kind of funny. But
I don't know, it was funny. I felt bad for you.
It's funny in retrospect.
Yeah.
So I read it, and they're talking about, and they weren't ripping on Marvel like hard,
right?
But they were basically kind of saying Marvel's doing the same things now with Legacy and renumbering that they were doing in the 90s that helped kill the market,
right?
With all the gimmicks and the variants and all this other stuff where it's just, here's a new number one, here's this, oh, we're going to renumber back to old numberings, and then 2 years later, it's all new number ones again. They've done this before.
Right.
They've done this, I think, 2 times before.
Right.
And it was part of the problem in the late 90s when things crashed. And the DC was, and from what I read in the article, is they were kind of saying, this is kind of what other companies are doing, Marvel's doing. We're gonna pull it back, because Marvel's whole thing is they're pulling back, quote unquote, to appeal to nostalgia and legacy and get the new numbering.
Right.
DC's pulling back differently from what I read in the article, so they're going to be doing more tighter stories. They're talking about doing more OGNs, which is original graphic novels, if you don't know what OGN is.
Right.
Where it's just a concise story with the writer and artist telling you a story that fits into canon.
It's an encapsulated story within the graphic novel.
Right.
There's no lead in or bleed out.
There's no 5 issues. It's just, this is the story.
This is it.
Like The Killing Joke.
They used to do that a lot.
The
like
Dark
in
Knight
the 80s,
yeah,
all
the
the
Dark Knight
graphic novels, like
Rises.
the New Mutants.
Yeah.
The New Mutants started in a graphic novel.
They were big business back then, but they
Yeah.
stopped doing them. They would tell a story here, and if it picked up, then they didn't want to get a series.
Yeah, and you would tend to get tighter writing, different style. I don't want to say different style of writing, but the writers would have more time to create a complete story.
Right, and one of the things the article is saying is they're getting some of their best creators, Jim Lee, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, all these guys, and they're bringing in Neil Gaiman as well because it's Neil Gaiman. So
Right.
I mean, he tells a tight story,
Right.
and I like that aspect.
I'm excited for OGNs.
Yeah, another thing I read that really excited me, and it's really funny because we talked about variants on our variant episode. We talked back and forth about it. We kind of have mixed feelings now about it.
Right.
One of the things DC announced they're doing is with their metal series, they're not doing variants.
Yeah.
Because they think variants flood the market, like we said.
It's too many variants.
They said for the consumer, it's too many choices.
Yep.
And it's not worth it to flood the market with those issues because one of the things about metal is they're introducing a lot of new characters.
Right.
And if you have tons of variants,
But they're bringing back a lot of old characters.
Yeah, bringing back old characters, introducing new characters.
Right.
And it was funny because they had a lot of backhands at Marvel. Now, I have big feelings about Marvel. I don't hate Marvel.
Right.
I just hate how they handle their business.
Right.
My key example was that luncheon today, Marvel was very business. Everybody else was very lighthearted and fun.
Right.
So
the best part was we have security here. Please don't bring out your phones. And I get it. All they had to say is please don't bring out your phones, and that's all they had to do.
They had security guards walking around.
Yeah, but they had security guards around, and of course, every single publisher after that was
take pictures,
take video. We love it.
Do whatever you want. Post on social media. Have fun.
Yeah.
And yeah. So one of the things they're also doing is Marvel's been having their new diverse characters by taking old characters and making new ones.
Right.
Which people have a problem with. Like Kamala Khan is great. She's Miss Marvel. But people have problems with why isn't she just her own character?
Right.
Why isn't she a new character? And some people, with Miles Morales, they don't originally you didn't know how he came to be and had a problem with it, and that's fine. And even with the way he came to be, it's still like, okay, why don't make a
Peter Parker?
Yeah, why not make a new character that's has similar powers? Like that's Miles Morales. They keep having their legacy, or Amadeus Cho is new Hulk, which you didn't know that,
Right. I still don't like that because Bruce Banner is Hulk.
Right.
Hulk is born from the psyche of Bruce Banner.
Right. And what's great is, what would be great, see, Amadeus Cho Hulk is a really cool character and a really fun read. Greg Pak did a good job, in my opinion, of making that character. But why can't it be its own character?
They have other Hulks that are different characters.
Yeah, like Red Hulk.
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
That's fine. So one of the things DC mentioned they're doing is they're not taking these older established characters and making them diverse. They're making new characters that are diverse.
Well, I think with Marvel's whole thing with all of a sudden it's not that they're creating new characters that are diverse, is they're creating diversity so they can show, hey, we're diverse.
Right.
They're not doing it organically.
No.
Which is lame. They're forcing it, and it doesn't read well.
And what is cool that I do have to credit to Marvel for one thing, right? They created Amadeus Cho to be Hulk. And I do wish they would have made him his own character, right?
Right.
But they did hire, he's a Korean American Hulk, and the guy who created him is also Korean.
Yeah.
So it's in that case, it's not like a white person making this character for diversity.
Right.
It's created by that to tell that story.
Right.
And it's something that Greg Pak really.
But he could just be a cool character.
Exactly.
That's anything.
Exactly. Like if you read Greg Pak's reasoning for wanting to make Amadeus Cho Hulk, it's really great.
Right.
But again, I fall back on making him his own character.
Right.
And let him be a Hulk companion, then have him spin off in his own series. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let him be just like very similar to Hulk, because the Amadeus Cho Hulk is different in characteristics, but he's still Hulk.
See, the difference with the Hulk for me is the Hulk is the psyche of Bruce Banner. It's the person. Yeah. It's all in one. Now we talked about Batman. Batman is a title,
right?
So what I mean, so if Bruce Banner, as Bruce Wayne gave the title to somebody like Nightwing and said, "Hey, I want you to be the Batman now," and that's different.
Passing on the mantle.
This is a completely different thing. I mean, the Hulk is Bruce Banner. Bruce Banner is the Hulk. The reason that he exists is because of that. They're one and the same.
And again, I don't want to rip on Greg Pak for making this character because I actually really enjoy Amadeus Cho. I
got to read it.
I'm
sure I'll love it. You know what I mean? The story and the art, I'm sure
funny,
I'll love.
It's clever.
Yeah.
I just wish it was its own character. That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
So DC has. It looks like they've brought in a lot of really talented creators who within themselves are diverse.
Right.
making new characters that are diverse.
Right.
Which, in my opinion, yeah, it's diverse, but I also kind of see it as they're making characters that fit the modern times.
Right.
Modern times aren't a bunch of white guys in spandex. Modern times is we're everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody is very different, and that's
right.
great. So, and I feel like Marvel, even though and I was actually wrong earlier when we were talking earlier in this podcast when we were talking outside, when I stated that DC was the top dog for comics. They're not. Marvel's the top. Right. Marvel sells more. I found that out afterwards.
Right.
Marvel sells more, but they're slipping. And they're slipping hard right now.
They sell more because of all those movies.
Right. But they're slipping hard because they're repeating the same mistakes of the past. Yeah. And DC is very fastly getting back up to the top. And a lot of the independents are getting up there too.
Yeah.
One of the things that Jim Lee and Dan Didio were talking about in their panel that I was reading about was the fact that we're seeing something new now, where the main two publishers are slipping down, and you have these indie publishers coming up.
Right.
And you may have it soon where there's 1 and 2 spots, not Marvel and DC.
Hey, some of the stuff that IDW is coming out with is stupendous. That Sherlock Frankenstein, I can't wait for that.
Right, it looks great.
It looks neat.
And I was like, Titan Books, I knew who Titan was. I knew
right.
kind of stuff, but what they're reviewing, I was like, those
guys are great. They're so funny.
We didn't get a chance to go to the booth today. We're going to go tomorrow and talk to them.
Yeah.
But some of their books looked amazing.
Yeah.
And stuff. I love IDW, and Dark Horse I'm still shocked Dark Horse isn't more popular.
If that is, we were talking about that today. We're so fanboys. It's hard for us to say anything really negative about any one thing because we know the passion and what goes into this stuff.
I know what it takes to make it.
Yeah, you know what it takes to make it, so it's hard. And we were talking about Dark Horse today. Why isn't Dark Horse the big number 3?
Right.
Why aren't they the Arby's to Burger King and McDonald's?
Right.
You know what I mean?
They put out good, solid books
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Even when I was growing up, I knew if I wanted to read superhero stuff, it was Marvel and DC. If I wanted to read something that was...
If I wanted to read amazing sci-fi, it was Dark Horse.
Or horror?
Dark
Horse. If I wanted to read...
Thriller? Dark Horse.
If I wanted to read tits and ass, I went to Image.
Yeah.
Or lots of pouches.
Yeah.
Let's just say 90s Image was not the best.
Right.
But it did change the market, but whatever.
I think it started elevating a lot of art.
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
The art of the 90s helped boost to where we're at now, to where we have good art and we have good writing.
Yeah.
So I can't fault the 90s for that. And and there was some good stuff in the 90s. There really was. But there was a lot of cheesecake and a lot of junk.
Right. I kind of took the 90s off, so.
I started the 90s. So
yeah.
I grew up, well, and even then I didn't buy Image because I don't want this.
Right. I think people like Kirkman coming on changed
But Image now, different company.
Yeah.
It's totally different. Image puts out solid stuff these days.
Right.
Which is good. And Boom Studios has a lot of good properties too. Like they talked about the one Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah.
With what was it? Old Man Jack.
Yeah, Old Man Jack. Oh, Fighting American. God. No secrets, no empires. Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
It was too funny. It's too
great.
Yeah, but I think we talked about that before.
We did, but it's worth bringing up again because it still makes me laugh.
But yeah, so
I wish we could talk more about the Skybound thing.
I wish we could. Cool stuff. Yeah, it was really neat. It was just fun to be there. And, and afterwards, I got a picture which I posted. I posted it right away on social media.
I'll post it in the Instagram post.
Yeah, and I think everyone saw. I got a picture with me and Kirkman sharing a drink together.
Yeah,
I
got a picture with.
And that was before the event.
Yeah,
so that was cool. And then we did the event. We talked. And then we got in. We got him to sign some things, and
he signed our badges for us.
Yep, signed our badges for us.
They're Walking Dead.
Yep.
So
and then we got pictures with him. Johnny got a picture by himself with him, and then we got a picture together, and that we'll be able to use for our stuff. And
kind of dorky, I had the genius idea of having him sign one of our business cards.
Right. I wish I would have.
Because I thought it was just perfect. It's Robert Kirkman. It's great.
It's fun.
And we have a Spoiler Country business card that I'm going to frame up, put on my wall, signed by Robert Kirkman.
Yep. So we had a really good day. We had a lot of fun.
Except for...
Well, we had
no, it was great.
It was great. Because we also found a lot of books that we wanted to get by Mike Grell.
Right, we did. And we got them signed.
Yep, and we went to Mike Grell, and we confirmed Sunday's interview with him.
Sunday we'll talk with Mike Grell.
He remembered it. Yep. That was the one thing we were like, we're nobody. Like we don't know, we don't know anybody. Yeah, and then this guy's like, hey, I'll do, Grell said, hey, if you guys want to bring your stuff, I'll love to be on your podcast.
And for someone like Grell to treat us with respect like that, it makes us feel like what we're doing is worth it.
Yeah, and he told us, he says, usually I don't want to get on podcasts because I'll trip over my words and I don't know what I want to say, but I want to get on your guys' podcast.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And the day at the con was good. We had a lot of fun.
Yep.
It was after the Skybound event.
Yeah, after the Skybound event,
sour.
we get out,
So
had some drinks. I've had some drinks. I had like 3 drinks, and I'm like, you know what? I want to eat something.
Right.
And there happened to be a hot dog vendor.
we were hungry. And then,
right there.
So if you listen to my other podcasts, you know that I have some weird stomach issues. If you listen to Watch the already, you know that. But if you don't listen to that, I have weird allergies to beef.
Right.
So if it's like a processed beef, I can't do it. So we walked by and there's
mainly beef with hormones,
right,
and being processed in a weird way.
Exactly. So we walked by this hot dogs. Well, it looked like a sausage stand.
Yeah.
It looked like it looked
like pork dogs.
It was like pork dogs wrapped in bacon.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, it's a pork sausage dog. I can eat that. No
Should
problem.
have asked, but we
right.
didn't.
So we each get one of them, and I
what
take.
happens if you got fat guys walking down the pier?
Right. And so I take 2 bites. My throat. I start having a reaction. My throat starts closing up. I can't breathe. My mouth starts filling with like massive amounts of saliva. I stopped talking as Kenric's still talking to me.
Yeah.
And I tried to play it off as much as I could. I knew you probably sensed something was going on.
Yeah.
But I kept walking. Then all of a sudden I was like, I gotta stop. So I went over and I fucking threw up into a trash can. Waited a couple minutes. We watched some more. Ran inside of the bathroom of the con. Threw up again in there. Yeah. Kenric slyly taking our gift bags and making an open bag for me.
Yep.
So he hands me the open bag, which then we get on the trolley and they fill the bag in the trolley, which there's nothing quite as cool as puking on a San Diego trolley. I mean, I was the Jim of the party then.
Right. Right. They're looking at you like, what is this guy, drunk?
Right.
Totally not.
Not
Thanks
at all.
a lot.
So when we get out, I junked that bag because it was dripping. And I was like, nope.
Yeah.
And then we get up, and on the way from the trolley to get to the Uber, we find some lady's check.
Yeah, we found somebody's paycheck, which is so weird.
Right, but we called the work, and she's getting it back, which is great. So anyways, then I get up to the the top and start puking again in the trash can. Kenric takes the other bag, opens a new bag for me.
I pull out another bag from my ass, basically.
Right, pretty much. I take that bag. That's my bag for the Uber ride home to make sure I don't mess up this guy's car.
And then it was like an hour at home. You were still having issues.
And we get
usually
home.
It's like 10, 20 minutes.
Usually it's about anywhere from 10 minutes to 45 minutes max.
Yeah.
This one was about 2 hours total.
Yeah, that must have been some bad beef.
It was, so I ended up getting home, threw that bag away, then spent the next 45 minutes in the bathroom, kind of getting this all out of my system.
Yeah.
Got up, kind of got it all out, and I was fine.
Yeah.
And now I'm fine.
And then we played some Cards Against Humanity.
And that was great.
And we had a lot of fun.
I love the game. We bought my wife Kaylee bought the weed pack, the tampon pack, and the green box at Comic-Con.
And it was ridiculous.
So we played that. We had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
It was all very butthole themed.
Yeah, it was weird. There was a lot of...
It was weirdly butthole themed.
Anal references in that pack.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. We had a good time. All right. Well, that was our day. That was a great day. And we have tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a low-key day.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be a low-key day. We will not have a lot of content tomorrow because I think we're going to try to relax. We're actually going to leave early, do some things with some friends.
Yep. We're going to go do a bonfire on the beach with the people who are graciously letting us stay at their house.
Yep.
So we're probably going to be at the con we'll be there for probably mostly half the day.
Yeah, maybe even less. I mean, because we're just going to try, because we've gone so hard since Wednesday, since Tuesday, since Monday.
I mean, right now it is 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we're doing this, and I'm going to go edit this and put it up, and then go to bed, and we'll probably won't get to the con right on time tomorrow, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
But we've gone really hard since Monday.
So tomorrow you'll probably get a quick morning update from us. We'll probably record something at the con.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably record something at the end when we get home.
And that'll be it. And then
that's fine.
But then Sunday is a big day for us. It's a slow day for the con because everything's slowing down.
It's huge for us because we're talking to Mike Grell.
Because we're talking to Mike Grell. And that'll be our first big interview.
I'm curious if other people feel the way we... Actually, I do know one person does. The guy who runs the Comic Jam website.
Yeah.
Or at least the guy who runs their social media.
Yeah.
He loves Mike Grell as much as we do. He fell in love with him through Warlord.
How do you follow Comic Jam?
You can just find him at Comic Jam on Instagram, at Comic Jam on Twitter. Basically, what Comic Jam is it's a bunch of writers, artists, letterers, people who do comics, web comics, people who are in the industry, doing indies stuff like that. They get together, they pick a theme every so often. Like they just did an Image tribute month or theme because it's Image 25th anniversary, which I was supposed to draw one for that, and I got half of it done, and then came to Comic Con.
Right.
But they do that. They pair up random writer, random artist. It's an exercise for people to practice working with somebody new.
That's cool.
And I'm a part of it. Because that guy, I joined it because I was like, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it's all just a 1-page comic.
Yeah.
So they write 1 page, you draw 1 page, and then it gets blasted out everywhere on the internet and social media, it's fun. And he listens to our show. He loves the podcast too. So
there you go.
If you're listening right now, hi.
Hey. thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks for tweeting out our stuff and posting about our podcast.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
So we can't thank you enough for that.
That's right. All right, well, let's get out of here. Let's get to bed. Let's you go upstairs. You're gonna edit.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna go to bed.
Yeah, this will be easy.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go hang out. I think I'm gonna read a little bit.
Yeah,
because I want to read Pugly.
Yep.
And I want to read some of the other ones that we got.
As Kenric loves to say on the show, thanks, guys.
Thanks.